right, so here's what we're talking about, you guys. How to become a YouTube influencer and 10x your business. And I hope you're ready to rock, because this is going to be really what's changed my business, and not just my business, but my life. And it's been YouTube. So I'm excited to share this stuff with you guys. But I have a question before we begin here. All right. Are you ready to change your life and your business with video? And I think still to this day, so many people underestimate the power of video. And I'm not talking just about YouTube. YouTube is what I believe to be the most powerful platform to grow any business, but it's video, because you create a connection with people who will then grow to know you, like you, trust you, and buy from you, which ultimately that's what a business is, right? There has to be an exchange, and you have to make money. If you're not making money, you don't have a business. You have a hobby, right? So let's get into this. I'm excited. So here's what we're going to cover. All right. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me, and I'm going to take just a minute and go through my journey over the last few years. And then I'm going to talk about why you must be using YouTube right now to grow your business. I just want to talk about some of the statistics and some of the nerd stuff that should excite you. And then I want to talk about how to get people to trust you, to love you, and to buy from you using this platform. I'm also going to share with you guys how to find unlimited content ideas and grow your channel and business using YouTube, how to generate 101 leads per day. And I'm also going to dive in how you can do this using My Lead System Pro. So for those of you who are a part of My Lead System Pro, lucky you, because you have one of the most powerful tools to become an authority right now. And that's exactly what I did when I first started. Was I harnessed the power of My Lead System Pro to deliver value, which they do. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be amazing. How to get YouTube to pay you to pay for your business advertising. All right. This right here is insane when you understand this. All right. And I'm going to share it all with you guys. And then how to create a wealth machine using YouTube. So let's get into it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my story, you guys. I hope that this inspires you, because my story is actually compressed as far as my online business goes. I only started just a few years ago, which I'm going to talk about. But before I go through that, I want to tell you where I'm at today, and then we'll backtrack. So I'm happily married to my wife, Samantha. We both live in Washington State. I work a full-time job in the United States Air Force, and I work part-time on my passion, which is my online business. And I've been doing this for the past about 3 years. I run a YouTube channel that now has over 225,000 subscribers, which is also my business brand called Freedom Influencer. On average, I generate between 200 and 600 leads every single day through the power of YouTube for free. Now, if you have a business already, I want you to think about that. I want you to imagine generating 200 to 600 leads every single day. Now, obviously, you got to start wherever you're at. Okay. My goal was to start generating 10 leads a day when I started my business. So wherever you're at, set a goal, and YouTube, you can hit it using YouTube. All right. I'm a multiple six-figure affiliate marketer. I plan on hitting my first $1 million in the next 6 months. All right. And I say hashtag goals because that is a stretch for me. But guess what? If you're not growing, you're dying. So I've got to stretch. So I hope that inspires you. But above all, I wake up every day with gratitude, and I thank God for where I'm at today, because, you know, the opportunities that we have every single day to harness the power of the internet and to make an impact is just amazing. And I think that if you knew that what you could achieve, you would absolutely go for it. And I hope I inspire you guys to do that. And I'm hungry to become the best version of myself and make a bigger impact in the lives of others. So it wasn't always this way, you guys. I started just like anyone else at ground zero. And so let's talk about when I started. I first started my online business. And by that, I just mean I got online and decided, hey, I want to do this online thing. And you can see at the bottom right here that I joined YouTube in April of 2014, but I never did anything with it. All right. In this picture here, was actually, I think this was beginning of 2015. And I'm almost sure it was because that was when I bought my first Mac. But this was the beginning of 2015. And that's basically when I started. So 2014 was the year when I first knew that that it was possible to use the internet to create a successful business. And all I wanted to do when I first started was to grow my network marketing business at the time. That's all I wanted. And what I was doing before this, actually, even after I found the internet, I went back and I was doing door-to-door stuff, doing a bunch of crazy stuff. I even became an Uber driver at the very same time that I joined, about the same time. It was summer of 2015 when I became an Uber driver to prospect people for my network marketing business. And that got me 0 signups. I uploaded my first video onto my YouTube channel in December of 2014. And that was the only video that I put up that year. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was lost, but it was ignorance on fire when I discovered that it was possible to grow a business, not just a business, but a very healthy 6-figure business and beyond, that anybody had the opportunity to do it. That's the ignorance I had. I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew I was going to do something. All right. And I didn't know quite know what I was going to do at the time. But from the very beginning, and I encourage you guys to have this mental shift, is to become obsessed with not just success, but become obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself. And Brian had talked about it. When you're talking about creating a business, when I first started, I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so badly that it was just burning inside of me. But I knew that I had to make some shifts in who I was to deserve that life, to deserve that business. And so I'm going to share some strategies with you guys using a platform that's changed my life. But I want you to understand that the process of who you are in creating the business of your dreams is a process. And as bad as we want it to happen tomorrow, the faster we can understand that it's not just about a dollar figure, but it's also about who we become, the impact we can make in our business and in our life and in the lives of other people. That's what this is about. And the more value you can provide to the marketplace, the more your income will grow. All right. We're going to talk about that here in just a bit. So 2015 was the light bulb year. This is when I found a program called My Lead System Pro, which is exactly who's hosting this webinar right now. I'm so grateful for this program because they taught me attraction marketing, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. And in 2015, this is when I went from knowing that I could create an online business that could change my life to understanding and knowing that I would do it. And it was a mental shift. All right. And I don't know where you're at on your journey. You see people creating success. You know, I'm so grateful to be here and giving you guys this training today. And I remember just not that long ago, actually in 2015, getting on the Wednesday webinar saying, one day I'm going to be able to create the business of my dreams and then help other people. And I'm going to be on that Wednesday webinar. And here we are. Right. And in your course steps in the back, there's some amazing mindset training that Brian has put together. And if you guys haven't gone through that, if you're brand new, go through it again. And if you haven't gone back to it, go through it again, because that's really made the mental shift in how I've grown my business. And it's incredible what you're capable of. I uploaded about 40 videos in 2015 to my YouTube channel. This is where I discovered attraction marketing, which was My Lead System Pro. I invested into myself and my business with programs and trainings. And I remember when I first started online, I heard about this thing called email marketing, which we're going to talk about in this training tonight. And I think if you get started with an autoresponder to build an email list, it's about $15. And I remember saying, no way, I'm not paying $15 to grow an email list. And I wasn't even willing to do that. Well, in 2015, this was the year when I made a shift and said, you know what? I've got to invest in myself, not just in softwares, but in programs, in training, because your biggest asset in your business is you. And if you're not willing to invest into yourself, I mean, I don't know how you expect to grow a successful business. So understand that you have to invest into you, and that you are the biggest asset, and your mindset is your biggest asset. I went into learning mode where I started learning a bunch of stuff, right? I started learning about attraction marketing. I started learning about different platforms, right? I started learning about Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, YouTube marketing, and I was just kind of all over the place, and I was kind of lost. But here's the thing. I started taking some action, and I started to generate leads. And I remember when I was brand new, had never generated leads ever before, my first leads that started coming through. And at the time, I was using an autoresponder that allowed me to have a ping go off on my phone every single time that I generated a lead. And it would ping, and I would get this dopamine rush to my brain where I was just excited. I was like, yes, I'm generating leads. I'm going to grow the business of my dreams. It was just that little win. And so I encourage you guys to celebrate those little wins, because just generating leads, it motivated me. It was so exciting to move forward and just understand that if I could generate one lead, I could generate 2 and 3 and 4. And now I'm to the point where it's hundreds. So there's no way I would turn that notification back on now, or my phone would die, right? And I want you guys to get there and understand that it's possible. It's insane what you can do if you put your mind to it, all right? So 2016 was game on, all right? I started making my very first commissions online, all right? And I may have made a couple before, but this is when I really started making consistent commissions online, was in 2016. I uploaded about 120 videos. So I started putting in a little bit more effort, right? I went to my first marketing event at Live the Dream. I was able to get my award. I hit L1 and 2. It was awesome. You know, I think that recognizing people is amazing. I have a military background, and so sometimes that's what they'll do for performances. They'll recognize their people, which I absolutely love that, because when you recognize someone for accomplishments that they've done, it motivates them to keep going. And not only that, to help other people do it too. And I love that about My Lead System Pro in recognizing people. And I made my first $2,000 online. Now, hold the phone just for a second before we go into the next year. I want you guys to take a look. Only $2,000, all right? Now, this is all of 2016. I started, right, my business, well, at least I say I started in 2014 and only $2,000. Most people would quit. And you have to understand that entrepreneurship, you've got to be relentless. You have to understand that your goals can be achieved, but it may take time, all right? And in my case, I'm no different. It took me a while. But guess what? I kept pressing forward. 2017, no excuses year. All right. I changed to a business mindset. It was no longer a hobby. I saw the potential. I knew the potential, and I decided that I have to grow my mindset. I have to become a business. And that's exactly what happened in 2017. I uploaded about 200 videos. I started taking more action. I started to provide more value. I hit L3 and 4 as an affiliate of My Lead System Pro. They actually recognized me as Member of the Month, and I appreciate that so much. And you can see that picture right here up on the right. And I made my first $10,000 online. So I want you guys to see the process here. This is creating an online business is a process. It's not just a process of creating money, but it's a growth process of who you become, right? And then 2018, anything is possible, all right? I got laser focused this last year. Actually, in 2017 going into this year, I've uploaded well over 200 videos. I went from about 14,000 subscribers at the beginning of the year to now over 225,000 subscribers. I was taking massive action, and I was able to hit L5 in My Lead System Pro. I had my first $10,000 day and my first six-figure month this year. Absolutely insane. And that's why I say anything is possible, you guys. And again, it's all a mindset. You know, I believe now more than ever, and I wish I had this mindset when I first started, success is a mindset. It's a mindset. And if you don't understand that yet, you need to figure that out faster. Because when you get your mindset right, you're going to do what it takes to create success in your life. All right. And that's exactly what happened. And guess what? All of this is possible with YouTube, which is exactly why we're going to be going over this training.